Good evening and thank you for joining us for News Center 25 at 10. I'm Abbi Rocha. Good morning, Haley. I'm live here at McAdams Floral Shop in Victoria. And no origami roses here, but we do have the real thing, which in my opinion is even better. A massive manhunt is over after police in Virginia arrested a man that they say shot and killed 5 people in 2 separate Louisiana parishes. Rainwater collects in trash cans like these in city parks. Mosquitoes can hatch thousands of eggs. Thieves in Colorado, hoping to get big bucks from an ATM, decided using a bulldozer might do the trick. What used to be a beautiful place for people to bring their children is now melted plastic. Welcome back. Boeing facing growing international pressure as new information emerges about the company's top-selling jet. Welcome back. As the deadline to avoid a second government shutdown looms, House Democrats traveled to the border city of El Paso, Texas, where they met with immigrant advocates as well as representatives of federal law enforcement agencies.
Cash money, y'all.
Cash money.
$100.
Mo money, mo problems.
Mo money, mo money.
Oh yeah, Abby, tell us about these drinks.
Oh yes. Okay, so Starbucks is offering for a limited time Witch's Brew Frappuccinos.
Okay.
And if you're a different type of blood, you can walk away with a $10 gift card. So you can not only have a good feeling in your heart, but you'll walk away with a little something in your pocket as well. Welcome back. It's National Puppy Day, and now it's time to take a look at some of the puppies celebrating their special day here in the Crossroads. First up, we have Hazel. Hazel is a pug Pomeranian mix, and she loves to smile for the camera. Look at those little teeth. Back in 2018, there were 30 game rooms in Victoria open throughout the year, and now in 2019, as of today, there are only 2. Families of the victims are horrified and seeking answers. Vicente Juarez was one of 5 people killed when police say Gary Martin opened fire at the Henry Pratt Company in Aurora. The Duck Pond project was actually supposed to be a very short and easy project. However, city officials say that upon excavating the infrastructure of this pond, it's going to take much longer than they expected. Tonight in Tennessee, authorities are searching for the person responsible for a shooting that killed 2 people. Investigators say a total of 6 people were injured. 1 person was pronounced dead at the scene. Another died later at the hospital. We begin tonight with news from across Texas. A twin-engine cargo jet crashed this afternoon near Houston. Part of a hotel collapsed during a wedding celebration in Peru early today, killing at least 15 people. Breaking news out of Victoria, a deadly hit-and-run accident off of East Rio Grande and Del Mar near the Victoria Food Bank. David Gibson is live at a very active scene right now with the details. David? Yes, and we are halfway to Friday, and we have beautiful weather to get us there. So
I like that.
Yes, definitely. And we'll see you back here tonight at 6. In the meantime, visit crossroadstoday.com for more sports, news, and weather. Have a great evening.
The Louisiana Department of Justice cannot proceed with a prosecution of either Officer Lake or Officer Salamone.
Nearly a year and a half after the killing of Alton Sterling, the criminal case involving 2 Baton Rouge police officers is closed.
This decision was not taken lightly.
Attorney General Jeff Landry announced on Tuesday that officers Blaine Salamone and Howie Lake would not be prosecuted.
Each independently concluded that both officers acted in a reasonable and justifiable manner.
This 34-page report explains the investigation and what factored into this decision. Alton Sterling was selling CDs outside of the Triple S Food Mart in North Baton Rouge when a man called police to report Sterling had threatened him. Salamone and Lake were dispatched to the scene and an altercation ensued, which resulted in Sterling's death. A handgun was removed from Sterling's pocket after he was shot 6 times by Salamone. Autopsy results released today indicated that Sterling had methamphetamines, cocaine, alcohol, and THC in his system at the time of his death.
Considering this, it is reasonable that Mr. Sterling was under the influence, and that contributed to his non-compliance.
The investigation also took a closer look into Sterling's previous run-in with law enforcement in 2009, where he was armed and resisted arrest. Police Chief Murphy Paul said he will decide disciplinary action for the officers by the end of the week. Sarah Lassiter is opening the door for a new idea, using the power of social media to get the word out about dogs waiting to be adopted at shelters.
being able to deliver information that is, up to date and up to speed 24/7, that's really important to being able to get these animals out alive.
Since starting her page, Shelter Pets Live on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat, she says she has found at least 16 dogs a forever home.
That's always really heartwarming to know that, hey, if it wasn't for some of this footage, people wouldn't even know that they were here, unfortunately.
The need isn't just for adoption, but for help with fostering and networking.
Honestly, it's so hard to find fosters that when you do find them, they're like striking oil or finding gold, and they are literally the lifeline for a lot of these animals to even be able to survive, to make it to their transport to get out of the state or to their rescue organization.
Like many, Lassiter has a soft spot for puppies.
To make space, sometimes I have to make hard decisions. So that's why I try to get the puppies out, because they've never even seen life yet. They have they deserve the opportunity to be able to find a loving family.
Volunteering can be as easy as stopping by to play and socialize the dogs, but if you don't have time in your busy schedule, spaying or neutering your animals is a huge contribution.
We have a non-stop influx of animals that keep coming in just because they are constantly having litters.
Lassiter says the goal would be to end no-kill shelters in Victoria.
We're never going to be able to do that if we just don't have people understanding the importance of trying to control the stray population.
She wants to stress that spending time at the shelters doesn't have to be a negative experience and that volunteers are always needed and welcome. I'm Abbi Rocha for your Hometown News.
Know anything else but segregation. That's all we knew.
The Victoria Colored School opened on East Convent Street back in 1902. It served as a place where African Americans were educated from that time until integration. Longtime teacher and student of one of Victoria's colored schools, Velma Mathis, says that while many may have had a negative experience with integration, hers was very easy because of the Victoria community.
And then when integration came, you had to prepare yourself to fit into that, whatever it was. So I had good experiences.
The building, now for sale, is a standing memory for the students whose parents attended the school and a sense of family and togetherness that would be passed down for generations. The former students of F.W. Gross Colored School still get together every 2 years to remember and cherish the fond memories they have with each other.
It's just a good thing. It was a good thing. We treasure it, that we had that experience. These other kids don't know that kind of thing, because they've always been with each other.
By 1935, the old original Victoria Colored School building became overcrowded, which is when students transferred over to F.W. Gross High School.
Gross School, named after Frederick Gross, who was an important educator and administrator here in Victoria for many years.
The inside of the old colored school is nearly 75% preserved. Its fate unknown as it is currently on the market. As stated on the historical marker outside of F.W. Gross, precious memories will forever linger in hearts and minds of the teachers and students of both the Victoria Colored School and Gross High School.